Hey, what's up? It's Monday, so it seems like a good time to start a new vlog. Not that I'm doing some regular weekly vlogs, but it just seems easier to start on Monday. Today seems to be a no bones day, which sucks. And the weather has been really gloomy, but I'm trying to combat the autumn/winter, SAD tendencies. And I want to do some tidying and cleaning, maybe a bit more low-key, we'll see. So I want to change my bed sheets and organize my wardrobe a bit maybe, but the main project is this horrible mess. So my desk usually isn't this messy, but obviously I haven't been using it as a work desk. So the story is that I got rid of my small drawers because, well, they were damaged and they didn't work for me, so I got 2 more of these legs for the table. But then I had no drawers, and I thought that I don't have that many stuff to put on drawers, but turns out I have some electronics, a bit of stationery, so I got like this flimsy thing from IKEA. But I mean, it's really cheap and it's just a bit of material you actually like bent with your hands. And yeah, it already collapsed, so it doesn't really work. Also, it looks messy AF. So I got these drawers. This is the bigger Alex. I actually already owned this a couple of years ago, and I think I quite liked it, but then I got rid of most of my furniture when I was moving. So yeah, I got this. So basically that should store all of this mess on the table and in these flimsy drawers, maybe some of the other stuff, because I literally don't have any other storage than these calyxes and the boxes down there where the rest of my clothes that aren't hung are. So yeah, it isn't focusing because I guess it doesn't have anything to focus on, but maybe I could also reorganize my bookshelves, because that would be a fun project at least. I would also like to do some reading, and I need to do some life admin, and maybe if the weather is a bit better I could go on a walk, but that seems quite ambitious, so we'll see. I haven't even told you what I'm currently reading. So I'm doing non-fiction November and NetGalley November in November. And the non-fiction book I'm currently reading, well, one of them, is The Anthropocene reviewed by John Green. I just started, I think I'm on page 28, and so far it's really fun. So that's the non-fiction book. And as far as for a NetGalley book, I need to pick one, and I think I'm going to continue with one of the books I did a trial chapter for, because I would kind of like to maybe finish all of those before I start new ones. I also asked on Twitter if you want another trial chapter video for maybe some of the other NetGalley books, because it really helped me get into them, because they didn't seem so daunting and uncertain anymore. So yeah, it proved to be really beneficial for me, and yeah, I think almost everyone said they would like that, so maybe I will also do that in the near future. But yeah, I should stop talking and start doing something. Ta-da! This is clean. So that was the easier part. Now I'm going to go through everything. The second thing is that this corner doesn't really inspire me to work here much. I mean, it's right next to the refrigerator, but if I wanted to put it somewhere else, I'd have to rearrange the furniture in the whole room, which would be a bigger project. So we'll see how it goes. I actually kind of fixed it with a tape. I don't know if it stays stable, but yeah, I think I'm going to offer this in a Facebook swap group. And now it's almost lunchtime and I'm hungry, so I guess I'm going to cook something. So I made some roasted pepper pasta and I topped it with vegan cheese. Oh my god, I am done tidying. That was quite intense. So this is just my keyboard and mouse. I hate that they are not cordless, but oh well. And this stuff on the top is what I'm getting rid of. There was also some more trash. And yeah, everything that was on the desk, under the desk in the old drawers, and some other stuff is currently in the drawers. And the drawers will go under the desk for now, and then I'll decide where they will go in the room. Okay, hello, a vlog update. So I'm currently filming some videos, which is great. It's Wednesday and it's public holiday, which is absolutely useless to me because I haven't started my new job yet, so whatever. But yeah, what I'm currently reading. So I'm in the middle of a lot of books I started this year and I haven't finished them, but I'd say that actively I'm reading 3 main books. And the first one is The Anthropocene reviewed by John Green. So this is a collection of essays about the human experience. There are like different things, like some song, Halley's Comet, our capacity for wonder, and Diet Dr. Pepper, which I've never had because it isn't a thing here, I don't think, and stuff like that. And he basically writes an essay about it and then he rates it on a scale from 1 to 5, which seems kind of random, but it's probably the point that the scale is kind of ridiculous sometimes. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. It's a lot of random facts and random topics, so I like some better than others. But yeah, I'm glad I picked it up and it's quite enjoyable and I really like the coffee. So yeah, quite a good time with this one. Then I'm also reading a NetGalley book, which is really good because I need to read my NetGalley books. And that's The Love Square. So I'm 20% in, and this is an adult contemporary about a woman who met this amazing guy, but then she had to move from London to the countryside to run family business or something. It hasn't been explained as well yet. And basically there's the prologue and we see that they are saying goodbye because she doesn't want to do long distance, but they are really into each other. They've been dating for maybe 3 months, I think. And then we go back and so far it's still their dating time, so how they met and now they started dating. So far it's really sweet. There's also some talk about health stuff, which I really like. She had cancer and now she still has some chronic health issues. The book got quite a lot of mixed reviews, so I'm a bit wary, but so far it's really sweet and I'm enjoying it, so we'll see. And the third main book I'm currently reading is an audiobook, and that's Irresistible by Adam Adler. And that's a non-fiction book about addiction and social media. And I've been listening to it, well, I think in the spring, and then now I picked it up again and I still have quite a lot to go. And I haven't been in the mode to listen audiobooks at all. Like basically my main audiobook listening time was while eating breakfast, but nowadays I just usually watch YouTube and then also while ironing. But I actually haven't ironed for more than a year because, well, I got a dryer, so things aren't that wrinkled anymore. And then I haven't been going anywhere, let alone to an office or something. So I haven't ironed. So I don't really have a specific audiobook time. I don't even have good like headphones right now, or any cordless headphones to listen to audiobooks while cleaning or something like that. So yeah, right now I struggle with listening to audiobooks, but I would really like to finish this one. It's quite interesting. But yeah, that's what I'm reading, and I'm going to hopefully film some more videos. So it's Monday again. I haven't been updating that much, but I do have reading updates. I actually finished a couple of books. So first I finished The Love Square, and it ended up being just fine. It was enjoyable for the most part, but it kind of dragged a bit. The pacing was a bit off. There were some things with the writing that I didn't love, and when I looked into the reviews, a lot of people mentioned that. So for example, it was told from Penny's perspective, but sometimes we randomly got the love interest perspective, like within the same paragraph. It wasn't marked or anything, and it was kind of weird and confusing. It was also a bit of a mess plot-wise, so I didn't end up enjoying the last part, maybe the last third or quarter, and I definitely wasn't rooting for the guy she chose. I was even hoping that maybe she wouldn't choose anyone, but well. So the main character got involved with 3 different men during the book, and at some point they started talking about open relationships, which I liked to see, but unfortunately it wasn't handled well at all, and then in the end the main character was blamed for stuff that I thought it wasn't fair. So it ended up being a bit frustrating, and yeah, I ended up a bit annoyed, but I gave it 3 stars. Also, she included Lizzo as a character that one of the love interest was potentially involved with, which was weird. So yeah, 3 stars, and I'm not sure if I want to check out her other books, we'll see. Then I finished, oh my god, Step I've Been Feeling Lately by Alicia. So I started this book in the spring, and I read a couple of poems and then I stopped, and last week I just picked it up, started again, and read the whole thing in one sitting pretty much. So this is a poetry collection that is done in a way that it looks like a mixtape, and so you have side A and then you have side B, and side A are normal standard poems, and then side B are remixes. So she uses the same poems but does blackout poetry, so new poems emerge from that. When I was reading side A, I wasn't completely sold on it. There was some I really liked. I tapped, like, not a lot. So yeah, I was like hesitating between 3 and 4 stars maybe, but then I ended up really liking side B, the blackout poetry. That was really much more impactful kinda, and it made me appreciate the original poems more. So yeah, in the end I'm really glad I read it, and I gave it 4 stars. And then yesterday evening I also finished The Anthropocene Reviewed by John Green. So yeah, a collection of essays. And I have to say that as I continued, I didn't even tab that much either. As I continued, I wasn't enjoying myself super much all the time. There were some essays that were really good, but a lot of them were, yeah, very random, and it was also very American. Like, most of the things, like, I don't know, like stores or, well, all the sports things I just didn't know what he was talking about. So I think that people who are familiar with these things might get more from it. And also for some reason I thought it would be more funny, which is my own fault because the back says deeply moving and mind expanding, so it doesn't really say it's going to be hilarious. But it really got too sad for my liking. It's definitely a great book, and I totally understand people who are giving it 5 stars. It is well written, it's interesting. I have to say that one of my favorite parts were when he quoted other people. There were many quotes, a lot of them I never heard of, and I think that's the majority of the tabs. Some of his quotes as well, but mostly other people. And I mean, that's fine. So yeah, for me, I really liked it, but at some point I became a bit bored by being served a lot of these random facts, and I didn't completely click with the mood. So I think I'm going to give it 4 stars. I was thinking that this would probably be better as an audiobook, to just listen to some random stories than trying to finish the book, and also the way I was trying to finish it and be done with it, because I also want to move to different books, and I just don't like reading books for a long time. But yeah, maybe it would be better to read this book like during the whole month or 2. You just read an essay or 2 whenever you're specifically in the mood, but that's not what I like to do, and that's not what I did. So maybe that also contributed to me not completely loving it. I like that although there are a lot of things from his personal life, it doesn't read like it's only for his fans or for people who love his books. You can totally read it even if you haven't read anything by him. So yeah, I would recommend it. Just don't expect that it's very funny like I did. In other news, I haven't made that much progress with the tidying stuff, so I really want to finish this wall and just tidy everything, maybe shuffle things around and start getting the things I'm decluttering out of the apartment, because this apartment is tiny and I really don't have the space for storing things I want to get rid of. So I think we're going to start with the bookshelf. Yay! Finally! So yeah, this is the before of the bookshelf. So also these are books I need to return to the library, some more books. I have a couple that I want to unhaul, but I don't know what I'll do with them right now. But right now the books are just kind of randomly stacked there. The Galaxies, like this cube thing, is a new format for me, so I haven't quite decided how I want to organize my books within these cubes. And I think I want to separate my TBR and read books, but we'll see. Okay, so quite a big update. I actually ended up moving the furniture around, so it turned into a much bigger project than I originally thought, but so far I'm quite happy with it. So first I tried to move the table near the window, because as I said, I wasn't really inspired to sit there or work there when it was right here next to the fridge. So yeah, I moved it there and I immediately felt like more inspired, and like it could be a really nice corner. Obviously it's messy now, but I think that if I put maybe some art on the wall or something, it could be a really nice corner to work in. And then everything kind of followed based on that. So originally the bed was closer to the window, but unfortunately the room is just really narrow. So I just pushed it from that wall with the window a bit further to the room, so that I would have more space with the chair and stuff. And then I put the drawers that were originally on the other side of the bed over there, and in front of the window there is just space for the hanging rack for drying clothes, because I do have a dryer, but I have a few items that I don't like to put there. So yeah, sometimes I dry stuff there, or I will be. Then here are all the books. So changed the lamp, but I didn't even show you the rest of the room because I didn't think I would be changing so many stuff. So anyway, this is my whole, oh my god, there's just no room to move around. There's my whole wardrobe sorted out. So in the galaxies I used some of the IKEA boxes to store some household items like towels and linens, and the iron, which I bought a year and a half ago, and I just unpacked the box, so I haven't used it. I need to figure out how to do it. So yeah, household stuff, and the rest will be for books, obviously. And then the wardrobe, I made some changes. This is everything except for all of my socks, because they were awkward to store in the boxes, so I moved them to the drawer, and I will show you in a minute. And then I know I will be getting some new clothes because some things just need to be replaced, and I know that I will be getting more stuff because like the current wardrobe doesn't really work for the lifestyle changes I'm going to have, like going to the office and stuff like that. If I need more storage, there's all the space on the top, which as you can see I'm currently not using, although I might put some blends there, we'll see. And now I'm going to show you the socks. So I mean, what? So nice. Yeah, I have a lot of socks. Okay, so now I'm finally gonna do the books. And I'm done, and of course it's 3:45 p.m, so it's getting dark. But yeah, the organization worked out pretty well. So I started here, and there I have some textbooks, a dictionary, and yeah, books that are more textbooky. So I have stuff for English, Czech, Spanish, driving, and economics, and coding. Then above that I have more general non-fiction books, and they fit perfectly. I really like that. And then above that, those are books I've read, organized from left to right, from classics, historical, adults, and young adult. And then on the left I have my TBR mostly. So I try to do a rainbow from the top up, but clearly I don't have all the colors, and I kind of forgot how a rainbow works, so probably doesn't look much like a rainbow. But yeah, the top shelf is TBR, and then a couple of books also TBR, and then I have some series I need to continue. So I've read some of the books and I need to continue with the series, but I didn't want to separate the series, so that's what I did for series. I'm not sure about the decor at the top of the shelves. I know that I want to get a mug for all of the bookmarks because believe it or not, I don't have any bookish mug or just any spare mug I could use. I think a lot of bookish people have a lot of mugs because like subscription boxes or stuff like that, but yeah, I need to get some mugs. And I already have one on Etsy that I like. It's not really bookish, but it's connected to one of my favorite things. So yeah, maybe I'll get that soon. But yeah, I think that's all of the progress for today. I'm really happy with it. There is, over there, a box of things I need to sort out. Well, mostly it's what I'm getting rid of, so I will have to get it out of my house, either offer it for swap or just donate it or whatever. And then some mess on the table I need to sort out. There are a couple of books I'm unhauling, and yeah, I think I'm going to film a small unhaul in the upcoming days, so that will be coming. Just chilling in the bed right now because that was quite tiring. But yeah, I also got food delivered for the first time that I'm back in Prague. And I mean, it sounds really mundane, but for me it's actually really amazing because you might know that I need to eat strictly gluten-free. So basically I mostly eat at restaurants that are 100% gluten-free, and there are a few in Prague, which is great, but not all of them deliver. But just yesterday I found out that at least one of them delivers. So yeah, I had a baguette and strudel. Do you say strudel? Strudel? Whatever. It's strudel in Czech. Just like apple dessert with nuts delivered, and it was amazing, and it was here very quickly, and the delivery wasn't even that expensive, so I'm quite over the moon over that because I really needed some food quickly because I only had a protein bar for lunch, and that's way too little for me, especially when I was like moving furniture around and stuff. But yeah, I think that will be all for this vlog. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. In the description there are links to my social media and some ways you can support my channel, so you can check it out, like this video if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!